Hello everyone, welcome to Cosplay Talk with SnowHawk. I am SnowHawk Cosplay. And today, my very special guest is Allison Plato of Alley Cosplay.
Hi.
Now, Allison is my cosplay teammate. And you and I have been cosplaying now together for...
A couple years now.
Yeah, a couple of years. And, well, first up, I know the whole story. But the people out there don't.
Yeah.
So how did you get into cosplay?
It was actually really quite simple, honestly. I just went to Niagara Falls Comic Con, was the first con that I attended, and I had heard that people dressed up, so I'm a very all or nothing kind of girl, so I was like, well, let's dress up, like let's see how get the full experience kind of thing. So I think it was like 2 weeks before the con, I'm like on Spirit or like Hot Topic, I'm like, I need to find a costume. Harley came in, wore her to the con, and like the whole weekend was just this crazy experience of like people like coming up and asking for your pictures and like, oh my god, I love this, and where'd you get this costume? And like I realized it was this whole world and community, and I was like, I need to be a part of this. Like this is a thing. Like,
so what is one of your favorite things within the cosplay world? Like, as you said, the interaction with people is what drew you into it. Mm-hmm. But what are some of your most favorite parts of cosplay?
Definitely, like when you're walking around a con, I remember one experience specifically. I was wearing my Captain Marvel suit, and I was walking out of the building at Niagara Falls Comic Con, and this little girl, she had to be like no older than 6, like stopped dead in her tracks, pointed at me, and was like, Captain Marvel, like just screamed at the top of her head, like ran over, and I was like, this little child like truly believes that I am Captain Marvel. Like that is such a crazy magical experience, like not only for me, but for that child too, to like truly think that they're seeing their superhero in real life. Like I can remember being a kid and going to Disneyland and being like, oh my god, Mickey Mouse. So like having that experience with the kids is so amazing. And then just also like the community aspect, like you meet other people who are just as nerdy and weird as you, and you're like, oh Lord, I'm not alone in the world. Like thank
Yep.
God. So yeah, just those aspects are two of the main key parts that I'm like, yeah.
Now, when you cosplay, how do you choose what character or what cosplay you do? Like there's different ways. Like sometimes you find a character that you immediately connect with.
Yeah.
Or you find something that, oh, that's cool, I'd like to try that. Mm-hmm. How about yourself?
I try and find characters that I personally connect with. I mean, like, you've talked about cosplay being like an acting kind of thing, and I find it is very true, especially when you go to these cons. If you don't have like that persona, or you don't feel that character, like when a child comes up to you, like how are you going to act out that character if you're not really like feeling it? So like for me personally, I just try and find somebody that like I'm connected to, or like I really like, or like there's just something about that character that I'm like, yeah, I can do that, I can pull that off. And it just helps with the whole, even like with photos, the persona of the character is easier to come through too. So personally for me, just some of that I can connect with on a level.
Now, one of the things that you and I do in cosplay, we do a lot of photos.
Yeah.
And for myself, like I love the interaction with people, especially through Comic Cons and meeting people. But I love the creative process when it comes down to photos. And like photo shoots are one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And that's something, like I've been cosplaying now for 7 years, and photo shoots have been my main driving factor. Actually, the one Niagara Falls Comic Con from 2019, I never got to meet you yet.
No.
Because I spent most of the day, I had 3 photo shoots that day.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, yeah, I go to a Comic Con. I actually didn't go to the Comic Con. I was outside. But to me, that's the memories of that event, is I have the photos from that.
Right.
Now, the creative process, how important is it to have somebody that you can work well with? Like whether cosplay teammate like myself, or photographers, or that kind of stuff. Like how much does that?
I find it's a huge. I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of photos that you're looking for. I mean, like I know you and I, we try and like we go hard in like our photos. I feel like we're really trying to embody those characters as best we can and just like give everybody the best photo possible. So like if you don't have somebody that you can like connect with, or you have like any sort of like I just couldn't imagine like going up to a stranger and being like, hey, do you want to be like my Black or my Hawkeye while I'm being Black Widow, and like trying to get those photos. Like it's a lot easier when you have that personal connection with someone, so that when you do have to get those like super close photos, you're not like, hi stranger, like, what is that? And that comes through in the photos too. Like we get comments all the time where like, oh my gosh, like you guys must be together, and we're like, no, thank you. We take that as a compliment.
Yep.
Like we're obviously doing our job then. If you think that like
They suspend reality.
yeah, what was the photo that we did, the Black Canary and Green Arrow, where people were like hell bent? They're like, you guys are together, and we're like, no, we're just that damn good. Thank you.
Now, in the middle of COVID-19 and the pandemic, we haven't had Comic-Cons.
No.
So, what are some of the ways you've been able to cope in a pandemic world and still do cosplay?
I find I've changed now more. My cosplay is like, I'm making more of my costumes now. So instead of spending all my time like getting ready for cons or like doing those things, I'm more like now in my office working on my cosplays, or like I'm doing interviews online, or like stuff like this. Like you just try and do, or even like little events too, like for the city. Like I'm not from the area of Barrie, but I'm from Niagara Falls, and in Niagara Falls we do events all the time. We had Canada Day where you came down and we were both dressed like this all day, and cars were just driving by. So you still get the experience of it, and like honestly, like as bad as it is, like I haven't really missed cons. Like, and I know that's crazy to say, but like because I'm still doing stuff, I guess I'm distracted enough where my brain isn't going, you missed this.
Well, I guess because we were able to create online content for social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or that kind of stuff, we're able to create content, so that way we can still stay connected to the cosplay world versus, posting old stuff.
I'm gonna flip the switch and I'm gonna ask you a question now.
What? No, this is Cosplay Talk with SnowHawk. No.
Yeah, so now you're gonna talk.
Okay. Now we gotta talk.
Okay, what's your view on this whole, because now things are changing more into not photography but the video aspect, so how do you feel that's changing the cosplay world?
The easiest way I can say it is, I guess, kind of ripping off MTV back in the 80s. Video killed the radio star, but video killed the cosplay star. There's a lot of people who feel very comfortable having a photo taken, but not interacting or not performing. Myself, I'm not much of an actor.
Oh, come on now.
A little bit. I like doing this.
Yeah.
This is what I really enjoy. So when it comes down to Reels, TikTok, that kind of stuff, I have to step outside my comfort zone. Now, I do enjoy taking embodiments of characters, especially if doing content for the library where I have to be Batman or Spider-Man. But even that, it takes a little bit to just get a mindset into it. But I also take elements of my own personality.
Yeah.
Because that's easiest for me to be me is be me. And I put that within the character. But the way social media is, video is very big now.
Yeah.
And even just, I posted a reel of just Batman, and it went viral by my standards.
Yeah.
It didn't break the internet and everyone, emulating it, but within minutes and getting the attention, reach, and likes, it surprised me. So I believe there is an evolution within the hobby itself to encompass all parts of it, whether it's photography, performance, like Reels, TikTok, video. It's all got to go together.
Yeah.
But also, it has to be whatever the cosplayer's comfortable with.
Yeah. It's not even like the TikToks are so hard just even like to figure out how to do. Even like film and record it and then edit it and post. And I'm like, I can't even do that. Like,
yeah. Now there are a lot of creative people out there when it comes down to the transitions and adding special effects, and the big thing is just playing with it.
Yeah.
And throw the content out there and see where it sticks.
Exactly.
Coming up in 2022, what are some of the things you're really looking forward to?
I am just sitting patiently waiting for the Multiverse of Madness movie. Like, I know there's like other movies that we need to happen to get to that point, but I'm just like, give me Doctor Strange, give me Wanda, give me Loki, like, give it all to me. I'm just so pumped for that. I was shocked that they gave us a trailer for the No Way Home, when I swore up and down that I saw that Kevin Feige was like, nope, no trailer. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I was fully accepting it. And then somebody was like, the trailer's out. I'm like, what the heck? Like,
Well, I never expected there to be a trailer, but
No.
because I figure now with the Marvel community, Marvel movies, we don't need a trailer. Everyone's going to go see it.
yeah, really. And surprisingly enough, that was actually the most viewed trailer for Marvel above, I think what they say, Infinity War or
Yeah.
Endgame or something like that. So like, they probably did that on purpose. They're like, no, we're gonna shh.
Yeah,
Hush, hush.
tease people.
Exactly.
What are some of your projects that you're working on coming up?
I'm slowly chipping away at the Scarlet Witch suit at the end of the WandaVision show. She's a slow burn, but she's burning.
But if you follow Allison on Instagram, Allie Cosplay, you will see some of her work in progress. This is all from scratch.
Literally.
You used reference photos from the show and patterned it yourself. This is complete 100% build,
Yeah,
where
like from scratch.
from scratch, and you're hoping to enter competitions.
Yeah, we'll see if cons happen, but
Oh,
that's the goal.
cons will happen.
That's the goal, though. Yeah.
So, well, thank you for joining me as my special guest. And as I said, check out Allison on Instagram at Allie Cosplay. And you'll also see some new content from us. We're creating new stuff all the time, and we can't wait for everyone to see what we got coming. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.